So I have 4 strategies with which to tackle this problem of getting sidelined and getting stuck and achieving significance. Out of that, those 4 are difference, resilience, influence, and provenance. Out of those, influence is the 3rd stage of the strategies. And in that, communication is the most important thing which people look for. Communication is not about English, as I said. Communication is to influence better, because the most emphatically, assertively you communicate, that is how the influence is built. Now, the process of better communication, let us discuss this today. It is about the style of communication, knowing the subject and knowing the audience. What is the style of communication in the process of better communication? It is about towards dominance. If you are going towards dominance, what does that mean? It is passively aggressive. I lose, you lose, is the attitude that you have. That is what part of dominance is. The second is aggressive. It is I win, you lose. You have seen so many people who are in this style. The second is towards sociability. Passive. One kind is, of course, dominance. The other kind is being sociable. And in that passive, I lose, you win. They are too docile to let create assertiveness. The second is being assertive, I win, you win. So this is where the win-win formula comes. So this is about your style of communication, which style you adopt and what style you are. Every style has its own pros and cons, but assertiveness is said to be the most adopted kind, wherein people create win-win situations. The second is knowing the subject. When I ask people to listen, read, write, and speak, the biggest problem that come to them is which subject to read about. So I say, listen to whichever subject you want, read that subject, write on that subject, and speak about that subject. So your tonality and time specificness is very important when you speak, because the other person is listening. And about listening, I have some advice, because when you listen to speak, to be able to communicate better, you have to be attentive to whatever you are listening. You should be able to paraphrase whatever you have listened, not copy word by word, but you should be able to say it in your own words. You should be able to reflect your own feelings and associate with it, and attune to feelings. Why the other person is saying so, you might not be agreeing. Still, have probing questions and ask reflective questions. This is true for your reading, writing, and speaking. Now, coming back to the subject, thinking is the best way to synthesize whatever you have learned through listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Now, better thought by Nancy Kilney. She says, think better yourself and help others to think better also. Now, how to do that? Pay attention, as I said. Listening without interruption is a spirit sign of creativity. Equality, our opinions are different but equal. We both have equal opinions. Ease. Thinking cannot happen in a hurry. We should create freedom from rushing. Appreciation, 5x times than criticism. 5x times appreciate, then do the criticism. Of course, you need to criticize sometimes, but that should not be in a tone of criticism. It has to be with the kind of feedback. It should be feedback. The next is encouragement, more ideas of collaboration, helping them become more. So encourage them to be your own equal. When you talk about collaboration, the other person feels equal. So do that. Information, what are you denying that can reduce assertive thinking? So information, information on what you are denying yourself. What information are you denying yourself, which is making you to look down yourself up, look yourself down. So think about that. Feelings, more instances of laughing, because fear is something which will sabotage your thinking. The next is diverse groups are better thinkers, make correct decisions. So diversity, the more diverse your group is, the more correct decisions you will make. Incisive decisions, remove false limiting assumptions. Place, environment, ambience, and body is very essential as to how you think. So this is all about thinking. The third aspect of communication is very, very important, because when you speak, who you speak to? You speak to your boss, your super boss, your client or market, your peers, your juniors, and your organization. So, Neeraj, just wait for some minute. I'll come back to you. So your boss will be interested in knowing what worked well, what were existing resources, what innovations you did, what threats you encountered, what results achieved. Your super boss will be interested in expectations versus achievement, scale up factor, consolidation factor, theory of change, challenge factor, and succession factor. He is interested in the broader picture. Your client will be interested in the end result, resource management, proposal for next page. Peers will be interested in knowing existing opportunities that you have created, how challenges were negotiated, who were partners in change, and the process outline. Your juniors will be interested in getting trained to take responsibility, challenges versus opportunity, mission accomplishment, how much it has been done, and growth possibilities, because they are trying to follow your path. The organization will be interested in collecting the knowledge that you have gathered. So you have to do process document, resources required, capacity building, what outcome achieved, mission accomplished, and vision addressed. All this should be part of the knowledge document that you have. So these are the process of better communication that we have. Strategic communication is another part, which is about response, positioning, comprehension, presentation, email, metacognitive skill, 6M strategy. This will be covered in the next video. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned.